Anthony Adebayo. We off the record.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
Yes.
You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. Anthony Adebayo, and the most accurate sports coverage. Scotty B's Fantasy 5.
We're different from any other sports.
His sophomore year. Comes back and says, you know what?
And your boy, Scotty B.
I was saying hi to people on TikTok.
On TikTok, yeah, you definitely got to say hi to the
Hi,
people on
guys.
TikTok.
Just off the record, I'm Anthony Adebayo.
Boy, Scotty B, man, how's everything?
Everything's good, man. Homecoming weekend, Virginia State. If you don't know, if you've been under a rock, went there. I think everybody and mama know that. But if you didn't and you wasn't at Virginia State, it was a good time. It was a good time. It was good seeing everybody.
So I want to add that this past homecoming was probably a top 3 homecoming. I don't want to just exaggerate and say it was the best homecoming I've been to, but it was one of the funner homecomings that I remember.
That proper grammar?
No, it was terrible grammar. It was so you can't say funner. What would the proper grammar be?
You know what? We can do what the hell we want. Funner works for me. It was fun. I think funny,
this past homecoming was the most fun I've had in a really long time. I think that'd be
works.
Yeah,
you know what? Let's get some
horns for
funner. Let's get some horns for funner.
No, we saw a lot of amazing people. Shout out to everybody that just gave us just a lot of kudos to what we're doing on the show. A lot of people express support and how they're listening, they stream it, they shared it, and
it was different. I was like, I mean, because it's happened before, but Saturday it was just like, oh, okay, so people do watch us.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it was definitely refreshing to hear that a lot of people do listen to us and share it. I definitely feel like Virginia State is where our core audience is, and we derive a lot of support from that core audience.
And the other thing is the football team is really good. And this is no, well, it may be a little biased. It may be a little biased, but I do feel like they're going to go to the CIAA championship, and I feel that they're going to win the championship. And the reason being is because they could run the damn ball, man. It's crazy. And I know I've coached one of those kids on the team, but who is a lineman, but they could run the ball. And that running back is, first of all, he's the king of NIL. And we look to get him on here. Over 70 NIL deals. So, shout out to him, man. And I'm just happy for the kids that they get a chance to do that. You know, I know we ain't gonna go all the way back, but there was a time when someone in this room did not want these college athletes to get paid and said, you know what, they're getting an education. They don't need to get paid.
You know what, though? I'll be honest, and it was me in this room.
Yeah, because it wasn't me.
No. So I think initially, and I have a tendency to do this, you never really see like the future, right? So it's one of those things with like gambling in sports, right? So you're always told like you shouldn't gamble on sports, or the players shouldn't get paid because it's going to impact everything, it's going to ruin everything. Right. But the reality is, I think gambling on sports has made watching sports better. Absolutely. I do think that there is a lot of responsible gambling. You know, I guess it's the same with like drinking or like smoking weed, that as long as you really control it, it's really what's the harm in it? Same with, you know, these athletes getting paid, right? You know, they're getting the opportunity to make money. And if you really think about it, I think what started selling me on this concept is every other industry that you're in, you have the opportunity to make money.
Absolutely.
Maybe you may not make millions,
Mhm.
but from the time people get out of high school, no matter what they are doing,
They can make money.
they make money. And other sports, I mean, other countries, I mean, you got those athletes, they're turning professional at 18. Shoot, hell, some of them are turning professional just depending on the sport earlier than that. So
Right.
they're allowed to make money. So you look at all the billions of dollars that these sports are bringing in. Why not pay the athletes? So it took me a while to get with the times and change my mindset on that.
I mean, and I mean, but you're not the only one. It's a ton. I mean, it's still some people that don't like it, but my thing is, some of the people that don't like it are making money off of these athletes, and I think it's the craziest thing. I'm saying with the transfer portal, coaches were able to move around all they wanted, no penalty. But if a kid transferred, he had to sit out a year, and I never thought that was fair either. I figured if you can play, you can play. You know, the point of sometimes people lose eligibility. I'm gonna do it.
Oh, you're about to? Yeah, you saw.
Some of the people lose eligibility. Used to lose eligibility because they transferred, and it was the craziest thing. So I like that the rules are changing. Rules are changing because it's giving the players more freedom, more control over their future, which I think is a good thing, you know. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And I think again, and somebody said get off the Elon, that's the type of attitude I have. But to an extent that person is right a little bit, right?
Mhm.
Again, it's hard to see improvements when you're stuck in the old ways of doing things. So you look at the transfers, and we start looking at, well, you know, if people transfer, that might be bad for the game, you know, because people get this transfer anywhere. But then if you look at it from your standpoint, and it is the right perspective, is if a situation changes or I'm promised something and you don't
go for a coach.
Yeah, you go for a coach. It allows it's an accountable option now. You know what I mean? So like if you get me at the school, I'm not playing. I don't like the situation or the circumstances change to where somebody starts playing better. It gives me the opportunity to go somewhere else, showcase what I need to do. And no, it's going to be definitely good for the game. And teams, if you're a coach, clear example of this, it was a long time ago, but Rich Rodriguez, when he took over the Michigan program, one of his things was he was taking over for Lloyd Carr. He felt like there wasn't a lot of talent and it wasn't a lot of players that fit his system. Right. But what he had to do was it took him a couple of years before he could get the recruits, build up that recruiting base to get the people in there to run that spread offense. Well, if you look at it, if I'm a coach, do I really have 2 to 3 years to get my recruits in?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
And what it was for him was, you know, year one, he had to just play with what he had. Year two, he started getting his players in there. But really still didn't quite have what he needed. Year three, he's starting to get his players in, and he ended up getting fired behind that. So now you look at like Deion, and I'm not comparing Deion to Rich Rodriguez, but he was able to have instant success because kids were able to transfer with him his first year. Because timing, if this would have been any other year, and he would have had that Colorado team, he would have probably won more than one game, but he wouldn't have had the level of success, and his kids would have ultimately been penalized. So I don't even know if Deion even takes that job if the transfer portal didn't exist, just off of the simple fact that his kids would have had to stay at Jackson State or come and possibly be penalized for him taking that job. So.
Yeah. So while we're on college sports, I guess it's a perfect time to say, rest in peace to Coach Lou Anderson. That one is, it's tough. He recruited myself as well as a bunch of other guys that I've met that I can actually call my brothers. I actually coached with his son. My first time ever coaching was at a school he coached at. One of the schools he coached at in the city at Armstrong, and I was coaching with his son, Glenn Anderson, and I have a bunch of stories where I almost got kicked off the team for something I didn't do, but he knew that I was just a kid from Jersey that was just a kid. They didn't know nothing, so it took a conversation, and I was good, and when I remember the first time I spoke to him on the phone, he called me, and it was Memorial Day weekend, and it was about 8 something in the morning. He said, "Are you up working out?" I was like, "No, I was asleep. I don't have school today." And and it was just he fussed me out. Literally the first time I've ever spoken to him, but it was things like that, and I just knowing some of the guys that even have different type of relationships with Coach Anderson. I know everybody was all kind of in their feeling. It was right before homecoming, so that one it was a little tough, but it was good seeing some of the guys that came before me, after me, same time I was there on the team. So rest in peace to Coach Anderson, and I'm sure everybody else feel the same way. I'm sure on Facebook you're gonna see a ton of stories because one thing that he always said was that he'll take your money, whether he was joking or not. Nobody played with it. You know what I'm saying? So
right. So one thing I'll say about Coach Anderson, I didn't play football at State, so I don't have the same amount of stories, but I've heard all types of stories. I mean, just from every football player. But I can say this: I've never heard a negative story.
Right.
I may have heard some stories of some of the things that he had y'all do during camp and practice, and it's ironic, right? So I was watching the Florida documentary on Urban Meyer,
right,
whatnot, and it made me think of some of the things that they were showing in that video. It made me think back to some of the things that some of the fall players were saying they had to do at their camps. But yeah, right. That's the one thing I'll say about Coach Anderson is never heard a negative story. Definitely was loved. If you were at homecoming this year, you definitely saw the outpouring of football players. Now, I do have a question. Did you ever hear if they did something for him at the game?
I don't know.
I know it was kind of short notice. It was
really a day,
right?
And I'm sure there was a moment of silence. Because I had to coach in the game, I wasn't able to go to the game. I was trying my hardest. Trust me. I was trying to get there as fast as I could, but it was unfortunately I couldn't make it to the game. But I'm sure there's gonna be something coming up soon. So, whatever we get, whatever info we get, we'll share it or whatever. But yeah. So shout out to Coach Anderson. Rest in peace. You're definitely gonna be missed. All right. So I know we got winner of the week.
We have a winner of the week.
Should we go to that now?
No, I would rather you prefer you. You got some things that you need to say. I would prefer to get off those trees.
What do you mean? What are you talking about, sir?
It was bad luck. It was a bad omen last week for me to predict that the 49ers is going to beat the Cleveland Browns. I hardly or rarely ever do anything like that.
Hold on 1 second.
Why are we even talking about this? The 49ers are going to whip the Browns out.
I'm sorry. Oh, you want to hear
it
it again?
again? Yeah,
You want to play it again?
Play it
Okay.
again.
All right. For everybody that didn't hear that, let's take it. Let's go
Why
back.
are we even talking about this? The 49ers are going to whip the Browns out.
Damn, that was you. That was you. You were sitting right there. That was you, sir. That was you.
It was me.
That was you. That was you. Hey, you my guy, man. Love you to death. I got more. Hold on, wait a minute. You ready?
When people say, "Oh yeah, you should humble yourself,"
You should.
somebody's got to humble us, and it won't be the Brown. All right.
Hold on. Can I play that again? I'll play it again.
Go.
For anybody that missed that, just listen. This is Scott talking, y'all. This not me. This is Scott.
When people say, "Oh yeah, you should humble yourself,"
You should.
somebody's got to humble us, and it won't be the Brown. You got any more clips? You got any more clips?
You know what? I got one more. I got one more.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get this out.
I got one more. This is the last one. I promise. This is the last one. I think. I never heard of a champion that was 5-0.
We're 5-0, but we're
When
not
was
on
the last time y'all
the
went 5-0?
verge of being 3-3. Don't
You're
lose that game.
You're on the verge of being
Don't
5-1.
lose that game.
You're on the verge of being 5-1.
Hey, we're not going to lose to the Browns. But I tell you
We're
what.
not going to lose to the Chargers. Then bet on the Chargers then. Bet on the Chargers. And trust me, and if you don't think I'm going to take all of these clips and have them ready Wednesday morning. That's all I got. I'm sorry. That's all I got.
Yeah. Hey. You know what? I said all that, and I have to own it. It just is what it is. All right.
So
Let's get to it.
can I? All right. So I'm.
Go ahead. Floor is yours.
So no. I'm just going. So as you were watching that game, and as you Scott Smith, because you came home, you said I gotta watch the game. I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna get home. Watch the game. You were watching that game. Did you think about anything that we talked about last week? Did you think about any of it? And what I was gonna do?
Yeah, I was actually more upset with coming on the show today than them actually losing. That's what made it worse, because I had to come on this show and face you. You know, the loss, I never expected us to go undefeated. You know, I do think it was a tough loss.
Mm-hmm.
We played bad. I can own that. The defense, their defense looked good. I thought that Brock Purdy showed a lot of resilience he had a bad game, but for him to bring us back toward the end where we had an opportunity to win, it's a rookie kicker. He missed the field goal.
He is from Michigan.
Yeah, he's from Michigan. It was a tough loss, but sometimes it's just not your day.
Would you like to see the kick?
No, but if you're on a roll, go ahead and play it. Go ahead and play it.
Nah, go finish, yo. No, I ain't gonna do you like that, yo. I ain't gonna do you like that. Right, go ahead.
No, it's all good. But yeah, so that was that. I mean, we took a loss. I'm glad the injuries will get those players back. They're not going to be out for too long, and it is what it is. We're 5-1.
So, because one thing that what? Fuck it.
Mooney, no good.
He went to Michigan.
It's just fun. It's just funny how you got all these graphics this week.
What?
Yeah, I got all these clips this week.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
Motherfucker got videos.
Here's the thing.
My video bag next week.
I normally wouldn't do any of these things, right? But the disrespect that you showed to me, the Cowboys, and the Browns, I just can't take it anymore. And this is your fault. You, not me.
How
not
is
the
it
49ers.
my fault?
Because
I'm not supposed to like my team.
I didn't say you didn't shouldn't
I'm
like
not
the team.
supposed to
But
feel
you were
good because we
you
were
were
5-0. I'm not supposed to feel good because we whooped your ass and it happened to be your team.
No.
Myself.
No, you were feeling yourself. And then you tried to say, you were really mean. You were really, really mean.
I didn't say.
All right, so so you know what? Your boy Kevin's back. All right. So we'll get to the Cowboys in a second, right? Because I do want to talk about this game because I do feel like the Browns defense is legit. The Browns defense is legit, and that's not like. Here's the thing: I still think that the Cowboys defense is legit. It was bad. What it was. Now this is what I will say. Myles Garrett is. I mean, one thing I've never seen Trent Williams get done to, and is get thrown out the club. I ain't never seen that before. And we talked about Myles Garrett being a dog. Now, people want to compare Myles Garrett and Micah Parsons. First of all, Myles Garrett is 30 pounds heavier than Micah Parsons, and I get that. But there's things that Micah Parsons does that Myles Garrett can't do, or whatever. So that's whatever. So I do feel like they were aggressive. There were times when Trent Williams, but that was a battle. And that's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see Myles Garrett versus Trent Williams. But aside from that, the one thing that they did was they put constant pressure on Brock Purdy. And I mean, they were reestablishing on the screen. Remember, I was telling you, and you thought I was trying to be funny, but I was like, well, the O-line of the 49ers, I think, is not as good as it was last year, right? But when we watched that game, the Browns, and it was quick because Christian McCaffrey in the first half, he was not even the first half, the first quarter, like the first two drives, whether he was moving and shaking. But they were still reestablishing the line of scrimmage, and then at that point, it don't matter who the hell the running back is.
It was a battle. It definitely was a battle. I do think too, just like myself, they may have overlooked them a little bit. I mean, it was a lot of different factors. At the end of the day, I don't think we played well. We were in it at the end.
Absolutely.
We could have won that game pretty easily, but even if we would have won that game, it still would have been. It was a bad game. It was a bad performance.
So let me ask you this, and again, this is not me being funny. Do you think that when the 49ers play the Cowboys, they are so juiced up for that game that they because every time the last three times we played, y'all lost the very next game. Can it be that they're so juiced up that they're maxed, they have maxed out? And I don't want to say like the Cowboys beat them up, because I mean, to me it seemed like,
No, so it's a couple things, right?
Or are the Cowboys y'all Super Bowl?
No. You know what I really think? I think it's a combination of things. I want to be serious, right?
Mm-hmm.
You told me after the game that there's no doubt in your mind that Kyle Shanahan used to get the best of Dan Quinn in practice. Right. I think that there's some legitimacy there. I think that he hasn't proven that he could stop Mike Shanahan.
Right. Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, right. Yeah. The other thing, and I'm not trying to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think Dak Prescott not playing his best against 49ers hinders the Cowboys. and I won't go here, right? So let's take the last time they met. Let's just say that's an anomaly, right? You know, like it happened. It was what it was. But if you look at all the other games, they're not butt whoopings, and the difference between it is quarterback play, right? So
what other games is that?
The two 49, the two previous years, and
the playoffs.
In the playoffs, he's been the difference. I think if he ever figures out how to get going, because the rest of the team, with the exception of his last game, plays pretty well. I think that's the difference. Is make quarterback.
So last year I would say yes. The year before that, no. I think it was mainly penalties and some of the play. It was a ton of things that went wrong the 2 years ago. Last year he threw that. I blame a lot of it. I blame on him throwing that interception. Literally, that was right after Tony Pollard got hurt. He was trying to make a play, but nobody wants to hear that Tony Pollard got hurt. But what I have heard a lot was CMC got hurt and Debo got hurt. Well, Christian McCaffrey played until the fourth quarter. You know, Debo, I can't remember when Debo got hurt, but he has to play better against the 49ers. It is what it is. But as far as like last week, there was enough blame to go around to everybody.
Oh,
you know?
Absolutely. But I think we get the benefit of the doubt, and we'll see how the rest of the season unfolds because of our recent success. I think when you've made it to the NFC Championship, you're 5-1. Most people aren't like, you know what? Let's push the panic button. I think that
I don't think this. I didn't even listen. Like I told you last week, if you would have lost to the Chargers, still wouldn't be no panic. Not for me because I've seen people be 3-3 and make a run and get hot and make a run. I've seen people go 5-1 or start 5. Not saying that's gonna happen to y'all, but we've seen people start 8-0 or whatever and be done. Just a few years ago, we saw Pittsburgh start off like 11-12-0 and was one and done in the playoffs.
So right now, realistically, right, you have the Eagles, you got the Chiefs, you have the 49ers, you have the Dolphins, you have the Lions, and I believe it's one more team that are all 5-1.
Right.
So it's a lot of football left, and then you have the Cowboys. Let's see,
that's 4-2.
Yeah, the Cowboys, the Bills.
I think the Jags. I think
the Jags are 4-2. The Ravens are 4-2. And then let me see if we got.
So while you're looking at that, I do want to address some of the comments. We're going to talk about the Eagles losing to the Jets because, and we're going to talk about Micah Parsons in a minute. But you know, I think that I'm not going to talk about Dak because Kevin's being a jerk, and I don't want to talk to jerks. But I feel like a snap here, snap there, and some of these teams that are 5-1 or 4-2 could easily be 1-5 or 2-4, right? If you look at let's go to the Eagles, right? The Eagles lost to the Jets, but the Eagles have not been playing well, and for the life of me, I do not understand why Jalen Hurts doesn't get the smoke that gets because.
I got an answer for you.
He's going to say, "Oh, he went to the Super Bowl last year." I get all of that. I don't give a damn because if the roles were reversed and now Dak was playing how Jalen Hurts was playing, he would be getting all the smoke. So because just a few years ago, Dak was killing the league. I think he threw for like almost 5,000 yards, and they still were saying yada whatever the hell they were saying, right? So I don't want to hear, oh, he went to the Super Bowl last year because the year before he went to the Super Bowl, he wasn't that good. He wasn't that good. So if you look at from when he became a full-time starter, right? From the time he became a full-time starter in 21, right? So 2021, he became a full-time starter. Head-to-head versus that, he got swept. Last year, they didn't have a matchup. They didn't have a matchup head-to-head, right? And And if you look at their stats the last 3 years, Dak's numbers are better. Them going to the Super Bowl last year was nice. It was cute, right? Because he right now through 6 games, he doesn't look like an All-Pro.
Yeah, but what you got to take into account is
Here we
last
go.
year. No. I mean, you.
What up, Zakia? Go ahead.
Nah. Last year he was having an MVP caliber season. Right?
Mm-hmm.
He had the ability to have the MVP voting. He was in the conversation. That team went to the Super Bowl, and yes, the year before he was not as good, but you're looking at a team that, despite him not playing well, they're still 5-1, and I think that he deserves the benefit of the doubt to where he can figure it out.
Hey, stop, real quick. What's the Cowboys record?
4-2.
That's 1 game difference, right? So it's not bad, right? It's not bad. What was the big thing about Dak that everybody talked about last year?
Interceptions.
What is the thing that Jalen Hurts is doing this year?
Throwing interceptions.
What did he do 2 years ago? Threw interceptions. So you can give him the benefit of the doubt all you want. He was second team All-Pro last year, and and if you're telling me he gets the benefit of the doubt because he was All-Pro once, he's a Pro Bowler once, he's All-Pro once. Then
what season is Jalen Hurts going into? This is his 4th season, right?
This is
his 4th season, right?
This is his 4th season.
Right. What season is Dak in? This is
7th?
9th
No.
or 8th?
No, he came in 2016. So 7th or 8th?
Yeah, so 7th or 8th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you got a guy that his first year he was a backup.
Who?
Jalen. His first year.
That would have been a 3rd string quarterback.
Right. He was a backup.
Okay.
His first year, yeah, he didn't play as well, but you saw the potential. Year 3, he puts up an MVP caliber season and takes his team to the Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And this year, he's 5-1. He gets the benefit of the doubt.
Wow.
Now, Dak, on the other hand, no, I'm serious.
No, I'm listening.
Dak, on the other hand, I feel like we're watching the same movie. And I feel like
he's been in the league longer.
Because he's been in the league longer, and I don't necessarily feel like he's getting better. I feel like we see the same thing year in and year
All right,
out.
so can I tell you something?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you Dak Prescott's numbers year 3. All right, mind you, and there's no excuse. The Eagles' defense last year was record-setting. They had 70 sacks. Let's not act like whatever. All right, so
That helps things.
So this is Dak's numbers. His 3rd year in the league, number 3. Mind you, he was a 4th-round pick, not a 2nd-round pick. All right, year 3, he had 3,885 yards, 22 touchdown passes, 8 interceptions. He was a Pro Bowler that year, right? So and you know the Cowboys, I want to say they won a division and they lost to the team that lost the Super Bowl. They lost to the Rams, right? It wasn't because of that they lost. We couldn't stop the goddamn run. They had a no-name. Now, he wasn't even a no-name, but he was a career a backup, running all over him.
Okay, so let's be fair.
I'll be going to be fair because when it comes to Dak and the Cowboys, we're never fair.
No.
So are we going to be fair?
Let's be fair, right? And let's call it what it is, right?
So
hold on. Be fair. So Dallas Cowboys, the team, gets more criticism than any other team, and they're held to a higher standard. So we can get that out of the way, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's get into why. How much of a role does Jerry Jones play in this?
Okay, he's the main role. I mean, I get that. I mean, but what does that have to do with the players? They give Jerry Jones smoke.
So what I say to that,
we just watched Colin Cowherd tone change within a matter of hours. It wasn't even 24 hours, and his whole tone changed. He literally said, "This is Monday, right?" And I should go find that clip. This is Monday. He said he's taking the Chargers in 2.5, right? He said They weren't able to get the short yardage stuff, but Austin Eckler's back. That solved. Herbert is the next thing, the best thing since sliced bread. The O-line is back because they're good. And Keenan Allen's a Hall of Fame. Hall of Fame.
But let me ask you, because I'm going somewhere with this.
Okay.
Right? So we know that the expectations are high.
Right.
In sport, there are teams to where the expectations are higher, right?
Right.
Would you agree that the Lakers playing for LA, the expectations are a little bit higher than playing anywhere else, right?
That's true.
Being a Yankee,
Absolutely.
the expectations are a little bit higher, right?
Absolutely.
You know, you're not about to be able to stink it up for those teams. I'm not saying Dallas is stinking it up.
Right.
At the end of the day, it comes with the territory. And you have certain players that embrace it comes with the territory. You have certain players that have made careers like, you know.
Oh, absolutely.
The Derek Jeters and the Kobe Bryant.
Oh, absolutely.
All the ones that play on these stages.
Tony Romo, Troy Aikman.
So at what point does the team look into themselves and say, it's us against the world? We're going to go out here. We're going to smack people around.
Yeah,
and we are going to get it done. And that's where it is with the Cowboys is right now, people just aren't seeing them get it done. I mean, they're successful. Sometimes they win the regular season. They've got good players. A lot of people, you can say that about a lot of teams, but this is why I'll tell you with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
At first, the stigma years ago was Jerry Jones just goes out there and buys players, right? He just brings in players and he just buys them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stephen Jones takes over. They draft pretty well. You know,
damn good draft. Absolutely.
Yeah. So that whole Jimmy Johnson notion that only Jimmy Johnson could see talent and Jerry didn't know what he was doing. Then what did Jerry Jones do? He started being consistent. At first, he was getting rid of coaches. He was being impatient. Mm-hmm. He wasn't giving it time to develop.
Right.
He stopped doing that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Paying players. He's always paid his players, but he treats his players really well.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the things that go into making a good football team, I mean, you can say what, not you in general, but a lot of people can say what they want to say about Jerry Jones, but I feel like he listens to an extent. And a lot of the critiques that people gave him over the years, he has made an attempt to fix them. Right. So at some point, if you're the average fan and you're looking as an owner, yeah, Jerry Jones is talking a lot and he says a lot, but I really feel like he's doing his due diligence to put the best product on the field, and
that's fair.
The players are underperforming. You go into Mike McCarthy, right? And you say this all the time. Mike McCarthy, he's winning 12 games back to back. Mm-hmm. Well, at that point, what I have to look at is maybe it's not coaching. Maybe he's doing his part, right? So you got the GM, you got the coach, and you got the owner. And yeah, they're not perfect, but what GM, what owner, or what coach is perfect, right? So it starts but at some point you got to put that ownership back on the players. And I think a lot of the times, you know, look at Michael Parsons, everybody says he's a dog. I agree he's a dog. He's producing. Him and that defense, and yeah, they lost Diggs. They'll figure it out. But for the most part, they're producing. So if you have to blame one person, it has to be that. Because everybody else.
Listen, here's the thing in football. And I'll tell you this, you may not agree with this. You can just blame one person. Now I get it. Now I know I always do it from the game last year. I always put it on Dak, right? I always say that him throwing that interception before halftime is on Dak, right? But there's other layers as well. So if you want to put the quarterback is always going to get for teams normally, the quarterback gets the praise when they win, takes the blame when they lose. Not in Dallas, because I even heard yesterday that people were saying that they tried to say the defense was the reason that the Cowboys won that game on Monday, and I was like, Are you crazy?
No, he played well.
Dak won the game. Dak was the reason why the Cowboys won the game on Monday. Yeah, you can say the defense did their part, especially offensively. Dak is the reason why I won that game.
You know why Dak gets so much smoke? I'm be honest with you. And this is
He's the quarterback of the Cowboys.
Well, it's not just that he's the quarterback of the Cowboys. I don't think Cowboys fans really truly believe in him. You're about split 50-50.
Who split 50-50?
I think the fan.
The fan.
Let me get this.
Look at the media.
But let me get to it though, right? Mm-hmm. So you got some that really appreciate him, and they understand that franchise quarterbacks. And when I say franchise quarterback, he's a franchise quarterback in pay, right? So I think. Hold on.
Come on, don't be disrespectful. He's a franchise quarterback because he's one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
But a lot of people don't view it that way.
It's stupid. That's why, because they're dumb. And listen, here's the thing. If you're a Cowboys fan and you disrespect Dak the way you disrespect him, you're not a real fan. You can't be, because we had
that's fair.
Not as fair, because we had Quincy Carter, Chad Hutchinson. You can go back and list all these quarterbacks that we had before Tony Romo came. We stunk. We had back-to-back 5-11 seasons because we couldn't get the freaking quarterback situation right. When we had a good defense, our quarterback stunk. When we had a decent O-line and running back, our quarterback freaking we couldn't get quarterback from. You got to think about it. Troy Aikman retired what, 2000, right? Tony Romo started playing in what, 08, and then between that time,
Dak has two options. Either A has to win a Super Bowl, or he has to be chased out of town.
No,
it's the only way. That's the only way.
And Dak is he has thick skin. He understands what it is because he has a star in his helmet. But to say he has to win a Super Bowl. Yes, but I love for Dak to win the Super Bowl. Absolutely. Do I love Dak's story? Absolutely. Does Dak do his job more times than not? Absolutely. Because you look at the Cowboys, and people can say what they want. Since Dak's been there, right? When Dak hasn't played more times than not, even if we won the damn game, we look like crap.
But everybody is not looking at it from that lens.
And so what are you looking at it from? Because they say put Cooper Rush in, he can barely throw for 100 yards in a game.
I think a lot of people, and I feel this way, right? I think he's a good quarterback. I'm not going to say he's not a franchise quarterback. I'm just speaking a viewpoint. But a lot of people don't believe that he's the guy to get it done. And that's the reality of whether or not you're looking at that objectively, you're looking at the statistics. He's passing the eye test. A lot of people, and it's growing sentiment, not just outside of the Cowboy fan base, but inside, feel like this guy can't get it done. And it all stems from, and at some point too, fans
are stupid.
But some people
know football.
But it's the eye test, right?
So let me ask you a question, and I see Mike up here, and this is not a shot at the Bills. This is not a shot at Josh Allen, even though we have a bet. This is not a shot at Josh Allen, right? He's lost in he got to the conference championship once, right? And I thought, first of all, he should have won the damn game. The Bills should have won the game, but aside from that year, he's pretty much maybe won one game. So that year he won 2 playoff games. Every other year he's won 2 playoff games. He's like 4-4, whatever. You don't see, and this is the difference between different fan bases. You don't see them saying he doesn't pass the eye test. You may have some people say, "Yo, Josh Allen ain't this, Josh Allen ain't that." He don't pass the eye test, right? Just one. I go to
So let's go back to that, right?
Because I really want to talk about Jalen Hurts, but
we'll get back to Jalen Hurts. But the fan base believes him, and that conference championship. A lot of people don't realize that. Yeah, it's not Super Bowl, but that gives your fan base a little bit more belief. So if you look at
they haven't even been back to that game since.
But Buffalo, You got
Buffalo's different.
But you got to look at the expectations, right? And you got to look at the fan base.
What's the expectations in Buffalo?
There is none.
Are you crazy? Buffalo, are you serious right now?
Yeah.
You said, Scott, I'm gonna look you in the eyes.
You gotta let me explain. You gotta let me explain.
It is that. Wait, Buffalo doesn't have any. Go ahead.
If Buffalo lose, nobody is gonna lose a bit of sleep. Nobody is gonna care. Now, at the end of the day, people are like, you know what, Josh Allen is good or whatnot. But people, they'll look at it for a day or whatnot, and they'll move on. You know what I mean? So we're talking about Dallas and we're talking about Buffalo, right? It's the same with Chargers. You always ask why Justin Herbert doesn't get held to the same standard as that. Nobody gives a fuck about the Chargers. I mean, it's the reality. A matter of fact, do you even know a Chargers fan?
Yeah, he just was my boy Chase.
I don't know any other Chargers fan.
Well, you live on the East Coast.
I live on the East Coast. Sometimes I even forget that they even moved from San Diego. Like, nobody cares about the Chargers.
So hear me out. Hear me out in this situation, right? Well, first of all, I don't know what TV you've been watching, but Buffalo is Super Bowl. I don't know. Just last year,
you think people really believe
absolutely? And listen,
I'm talking about aside from
and this. I'm about to tell you. I'm telling you now. If Buffalo doesn't get it done this season, they got cap things that they're gonna have to make some decisions. No, so what I was getting at was Josh Allen. The fans care. Like the Buffalo. This is what I say about Buffalo fans. They're one of the best fan bases in the NFL, right? Okay. Because they damn sure hold they people down. Right? They're not turncoats like a lot of Cowboy fans, right? They look out for other fan bases or other teams' players, you know. So that's what I was getting at with the fans. Like, so they're gonna have their people's back. And here's the thing, like, I could talk. My thing is, if I was with another Cowboys fan, I feel like to each other, we could talk shit about Dak if we want to, right? That's our guy. It's our guy. I don't let you talk shit about him, and that's what I'm saying. But that's the problem. Like, I bet you if you go to a Buffalo game, I guarantee you, they may say something about Stephon Diggs to each other. They're not gonna let no other fan talk crap about Stephon Diggs. No matter if he's going off, doing this, doing that, they're gonna hold him down. That's what a true fan is supposed to do. Hold your guys down. So I can say, everybody know I'm gonna ride with that. That's my guy. And if he screw up, I'm gonna hold him accountable. But if he's doing what he can, and I'm looking at it from a football point of view, and like, yeah, he was screwing up, I'm gonna say, yeah, he was. But I ain't gonna say, yo, Dak sucks, because I don't think he sucks. I think that because of the Cowboys, you've seen it. There's a no-win situation. We just wanted. You said we was gonna lose. I don't know if you really believed it. I think you was trying to be in your. Let me play that. No, I'm joking. But no. But you felt like it was do or die in week 6. I did. You said like, if we lose 2 in a row, you know, but that's how a lot of people were talking. It's like, if we lose this game, you know, I don't know. And I don't think that's the case. I thought that we still have some winnable games. People high on the Rams. The Rams offense ain't going to be able to deal with Dallas. Like, stop it.
So here it is, right? And this is just God honest truth.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody fears the Cowboys. And
that's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie.
Let me finish that, right? Are they good? Yes. But at the end of the day, they don't strike fear in people's heart.
That's a lie, Scott. That's a lie.
I'm just being real with you.
Maybe not San Francisco. Maybe not San Francisco, and maybe not the NFC East. But honestly, I can tell you now, there's teams in the league that don't want to play the Cowboys. You can say that.
Hold on. I'm not trying to be funny, right? But I'm just, it's the reality, and the season is still young. Like we said at the beginning of the show, you have to take that respect. And are they capable of taking that respect? Last week, maybe I thought, no, okay, they got to win. I think that they get turned around and they get take that respect. But until they command that respect, people are going to still continue.
I don't know where this is coming from. There's only 2 teams in the league. There's only 2 teams in the league that went 12-5. And that's the Cowboys and the Chiefs. Yeah, we didn't go to the Super Bowl. What did them do? 29 other teams didn't go to the goddamn Super Bowl. Only 1 team wins the damn Super Bowl. To say that you think that the Cowboys don't strike fear, the Cowboys been kicking everybody's ass. Yes, we didn't lose. Yes, we didn't win in the damn in the playoffs, but neither did the 49ers, neither did the Eagles, neither did the Bills or the Bengals. The only team that can say that are the Chiefs. That's it. So to say we don't strike fear. So let me guess. So let me guess. The Lions strike fear in teams.
They're starting
to. No.
How? That 5-1.
So what?
Has improved.
Okay.
And they're up at
the Browns are 5-1 2 years ago. Who gives a shit?
Right.
They don't strike fair nobody. Who did they beat? Who did they beat that strikes fair? And you go ahead and say the Chiefs. They didn't have Chris Jones nor Travis Kelce. And the receivers dropped on damn passes only about one. Who did they beat?
I'm just telling you.
Who did they beat, Scott?
No. Because I don't want to change the subject. I'm just
it's changing the subject.
No, because I was making a point, right? I haven't heard, and maybe there's somebody you could chime in here, you could put it in the comments or whatnot. A team not think that they don't have a chance to beat the Cowboys is playing the Cowboys.
First of all, let's stop this right now because we both gonna sound stupid. This is the NFL. There ain't no team. Ain't no teams that think they. Every team going to another place to play thinks that they can win the game. We're not. These are grown men, and no, we're not doing that.
Okay, so we'll go fans. So we'll go from a fan perspective.
That's
right?
Fine.
Have you heard any other fans say? And I want you to think about this. We're scared to death of the Cowboys.
I haven't heard a fan ever say that. They say, "Yo, this player may worry me," but
I hear fans all the time say, "I don't want to play the 49ers."
Who?
A lot of fans.
Of what team?
A lot of teams.
No.
I hear fans say they don't want to play the 49ers. I've heard other fans say, I don't want to play the Chiefs. You know what I mean? It's fans out there that there's teams and they know.
Scott, you are boosting your team right now.
No, I'm telling the truth.
And if y'all lose to Minnesota this Monday, you're gonna say motherfuckers are scared to play. You still gonna say that when a damn team that didn't have their starting quarterback or their starting running back, their best lineman just beat them.
Yeah, but teams are scared to play.
Listen, the Browns. I literally just told you that the Browns did not have their starting quarterback, their all-pro running back, their best lineman, and they beat y'all. No teams are not scared to play. What are you talking about?
Y'all were scared to play us.
No, we weren't. We played like shit. We weren't scared to play.
Y'all been terrified to play us.
Who? How?
The last 3 years.
Scott, you sound stupid. Don't how? Because I won by 7 and 5. Look, what are you talking? How's that being scared? No, you don't. Like Scott, and y'all scared of the Browns.
Nah,
we
play bad.
Oh, but y'all play bad. But we lose by a score and we scared. You sound crazy. You sound like one of those fans.
Don't be mad because
I'm not mad.
They're not scared of the Cowboys.
I could care less, but we have more wins than y'all. So what are you talking about?
You don't have more wins.
Are you kidding me, Scott?
All the time?
I don't give a damn about when. I'm talking about in the last 2 years, but you can say the last 3 years, we have more. We won more games than you.
Probably have, but
probably we have.
But teams not scared of the Cowboys.
That's fine. They keep on losing to the Cowboys. So go figure.
So we'll see.
Go figure.
Like I said.
Go figure. And you know who's not scared? You know who's not scared? You know who's not scared of the Cowboys? I mean, you know who's not scared of the 49ers?
Who, the Eagles?
The Eagles. You know who else? The Chiefs. You know who else? The Rams. I can keep on going. You know who else? Y'all lost to them in the playoffs.
But we just
Yeah,
beat the Rams.
it don't matter. Y'all lost, and they won a Super Bowl.
years ago.
Matter of fact, you know what? They won 2
Teams
Super
are-
Bowls in your
teams are-
division. They
teams
won
are
2
scared.
Super Bowls.
Look,
Nobody's scared of y'all, Scott.
Hey.
I don't know if you understand this. Your
Teams are
DBs
scared.
stink. No, they're not.
Teams are
They're not. You know why? You know why you got all those good players? Because y'all sucked for so goddamn long. So you can be scared. Y'all suck. That's why you got Bosa. That's why you got who's the other one?
Yep.
That's how you got the one that left that went to Indianapolis. You had all these first round, all these top 5 picks. You know how many top 5 picks the Cowboys had the last 20 years? 1.
Yeah.
Top
So
five.
I haven't been to a conference finals.
It don't matter.
You haven't been to a conference. You haven't been to
How
a
many Super
conference
Bowls did y'all
finals
win in?
since '96.
Hey.
Since '96.
You know,
You
the
want
last
to
time-
sit here and
the
tell me
last
that somebody is
But
scared of the
when was the
Cowboys?
last time y'all won a
You
Super
guys
Bowl?
haven't been to a conference finals since '96.
We won moral victories because we played 1 extra
Teams
game.
are
Oh, we
scared.
had an extra week of practice. Oh my gosh, we had an extra week of practice. So that's what you want, moral victories. You haven't won the Super Bowl since 1995, the freshman year in high school. So don't give me that crap.
Teams are scared.
But we've been to the Super Bowl and we lost twice. So I don't want to hear any of that. Oh, but teams are scared of us. Teams are scared of us.
Hey, man.
Stop it. Stop
Teams are
it, Scott. No, they're not. No, they're not. Trust me. Because you know what the Eagles did
What?
with Boy Wonder? They knocked his punk ass out the goddamn game. You know what the Browns did last week? They punked his ass. So you can say all you want about
But what
teams
do we
are
do,
scared.
y'all? But
Y'all
what do we
won.
do, y'all?
Y'all
We
won.
beat the shit out of y'all.
And that's fine. And that's
We
fine.
guys-
And you know what? You know what happened? You know what happened? Hold on.
Let's remember that. Why you
It doesn't
talking
matter.
Eagles?
Because you know what?
Why
You're
you
just as good as
putting
your
the
last game. You're just as good as your last game. You know what happened in your last game? You fucking lost to a team that didn't have the starting
But
quarterback.
you lost us.
Okay.
Got your butt whipped. Barely beat the Chargers.
Barely. Okay.
Barely.
In the
Okay, you
NFL, hold on.
thought-
In the NFL, does it matter? Doesn't matter if you win by a point.
I'll tell you what. What are y'all gonna do this year?
What are y'all gonna do? What are y'all gonna do?
We'll be what we need to be.
You should.
What y'all gonna do?
You should. I told you we had a
You
preview
think
stuff.
you?
Stop
No,
it.
no,
Hold
no,
on.
no.
We had a
Let me
preview
ask
show,
you
and I
this.
told you I
Let me ask you this.
stand on what I stand
Let
on.
me ask you this. You think y'all really are gonna get to the conference finals? this
Why
year?
not? Why wouldn't? Why wouldn't we?
You willing to put a bet on that?
Why would y'all not gonna get there? Y'all not gonna get there. That's fine. Whatever you want to say.
Yeah, whatever you want to
Listen, Scott, here's what you don't understand. And you can say I'm saying whatever. What I'm telling you, and what you fail to realize, you will realize it soon enough, is that your O-line ain't what you think it is. Let me finish. Your O-line ain't what you think it is. Yes, Christian McCaffrey is having a good season, but he's already banged up, and it's only going to get worse. Deebo Samuel is hurt every single year. Hold on, let me finish because I ain't done. That secondary is suspect. Now your linebacker and your D-line is the truth. Though you probably have 4 All Pros in that right there. But your secondary and your O-line is suspect. It's not bad, but it ain't good.
Record this. Because
we're fucking live. You can always go back.
Yo,
We're on
but
YouTube. We're on YouTube. Let me so everybody know.
Put the clip on there because you were delusional.
I'm delusional.
You were delusional.
Hey, so I done forgot to look at the comments, folks. I want the football guys, right? Football guys. Hey, look.
Can I ever talk?
Hold on.
Can I ever talk?
Sure, go ahead.
Can I talk?
He says coaches matters too. We already know what Kyle Shanahan does in the playoffs. He chokes.
Beat y'all.
So
beat y'all.
and
Every
lost to
chance
the
he
Eagles.
gets.
Lost to the.
Every chance he
That's
gets.
fine. At least my head coach
chance.
got a Super Bowl. He's been there.
Yeah, it passed with the Packers.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we'll be better than y'all. We'll be better than y'all. And we are consistently better than y'all.
Let me ask you a question. What's our record?
Our record is 5-1.
What's our record?
4-2. You think you're gonna have a better record than us?
We win our division. I don't know what y'all gonna do.
Are you smoking crack? You guys aren't beating the Eagles. You think that you're gonna win that division over the Eagles?
Absolutely. I've told you. The Eagles.
You guys aren't even gonna beat the Eagles.
Okay. What else?
Yeah, I'm just. It's a news flash.
Are you gonna sweep your division? Because your division freaking sucks. But are you gonna win?
Our division is better than yours.
Since when?
The Seahawks are not better. The Rams are not better than the Giants and the Commanders. Are you shitting me right now? And the Cowboys? And the Cowboys? Because y'all have 2 losses. Y'all got 2 losses in our division.
No, we don't.
You got
We
lost to
won.
us and the Cardinals.
Okay.
The Cardinals play in our division.
Okay.
Remember that? Okay. So you guys play the Rams
Yeah,
next week.
we played the whole team.
So
coming off a
don't
bye.
get
So
three
you-
losses in the NFC.
And you know what's gonna happen? You know what that means? Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. What are y'all gonna do? Are you gonna win your division?
We're gonna win our division.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm positive.
You sure?
I'm
Okay.
positive.
You know what?
Let me say this, right? Even though we lost to the Browns, you know what a lot of people still recognize us as? The best team in the NFL.
They don't. No, they don't.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
It's a lot of teams, a lot of people that are not worried and still.
You know, can I tell you something? Nobody. No, maybe they might have said the NFC. They definitely say the NFL. Y'all not better than Miami. Stop it. Y'all not better than the Chiefs.
You got
Stop
the
it.
same record as Miami.
I don't
last
care
week,
about-
up until that game, because all teams have a bad game. People was like,
Wait a minute. Oh, so all teams have a bad game, but okay, go ahead.
yeah, yours is not going to be against us and the Cardinals. Yeah, that's
Hold on, wait. So
us and the Cardinals.
So hold
That-
on. You know, we didn't even gotta go to that.
Yeah,
Keep
but we
on.
beat y'all, so it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. But was it week 5 or was it the end? Was it the playoffs? Well, let me ask you a question. Because I just said this earlier. I hope you was paying attention. What happens after the Cowboys and the 49ers played? The 49ers won the last 3 times. What happened? What happened? You can tell me. You want me to help you?
Yeah, help me.
You
Like,
fucking lost. You lost 3 straight times. You beat the Cowboys in 22. You lost. You beat them in 21. Next week, you lost. You beat them this year. The next week, you lost. Maybe the Cowboys beat y'all up. Or maybe y'all so high on y'all get so gassed up and the Cowboys are your Super Bowl that it's hard to get back up for
I
the
want
game.
to see what it is.
The Cowboys are your Super Bowl. You can't play. So hopefully you guys do well
I'll tell you
on
what
Monday.
it is. You know why we don't get the same smoke as the Cowboys? Because we beat our expectations.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
That's why everybody.
Stop.
Hold on. Can I finish talking?
Go ahead.
Can I finish
Go
talking?
ahead.
Because you had the last 30 minutes.
Go ahead. We've been arguing,
People,
but go ahead.
Yeah, people know the 49ers are going to show up
Oh my God.
year in and year out.
No,
The Cowboys, we know that they may
Oh my God.
finesse team, go through the regular season. Yeah, they might be 12-4, and they're going to lose the first and second round. We know what they expect.
What are your expectations?
Our expectations, a lot of times, teams count us out.
So-
And you know, last year with our third string quarterback, we managed to make it to the NFC conference. Yeah.
Again? I mean, y'all just made it the year
Yeah.
before that, too.
But with the third string
Y'all played the
quarterback,
year
we
before that,
managed to do that.
Let me ask you a
We
question.
managed to do that.
Scott, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So are you telling me, help me. So you telling me that the expectations in Santa Clara aren't Super Bowl? Is that what you're telling me?
I think no, hold on, because I want to get into this because I see what you're trying to do.
I'm asking a question.
No.
I'm asking you a
And I'm going to answer the
Because you said
question.
you meet
Can
expectations.
I ever answer a question?
Go ahead.
Can I answer? Right. The expectations everywhere is Super Bowl, right? So, but we're not going to
That's
treat
not
that
true.
right. No. The
That's not true.
expectations.
That's
The
not true.
expectations.
Expectations
The
everywhere is not
expectations-
Super Bowl.
Hold on. Expectations everywhere are Super Bowl.
No, it's not. No, it's
I
not.
keep saying it because it's my turn now for. You've had the 4, right? So the expectations everywhere is Super Bowl. We, on the other hand, overachieve year after year. So our fan base can be comfortable with us making the NFC Championship game. Because
You gotta stop.
I'm serious.
Stop.
We beat expectations every year. So we can say, you know what? I like what my coach is doing. I like the team that we have. I'm confident in what we got, and we can meet the expectations. You guys, on the other hand, never meet the expectations. So you call into question whether or not you have a good quarterback, whether it's a coach, or whether you guys have heart. So that's the difference, right?
Scott, and let me know when you finish. I'm sorry. This is hilarious. Scott,
I'm done.
are you done? Okay, stop. Scott, about to give you win of the week. That bullshit you just said.
No, I'm just
Scott. So now you guys overachieve.
We do overachieve. We
Scott,
overachieved last year.
Scott, stop it. You traded for Christian McCaffrey in the middle of the goddamn season.
We went down to our third string quarterback. We went down to our third string quarterback.
That matter.
It matters a lot.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Yes,
Scott, listen. Scott, listen.
You keep
listen,
trying to discredit that,
No,
but it
I'm
matters a lot.
I'm not.
When
So
most
now
fans,
he
No,
he
hold
let
on.
me finish.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
When we lost all our quarterbacks, most people thought, you know what? Guess what? They're down to the third stringer. It happened to be Brock Purdy, but we figured it out. We figured out how to win.
I'm just waiting.
I mean, you don't like it.
I'm waiting because can I make my point now?
What's your point?
Okay, so and I these yes or no. I mean, these are questions that how many Super Bowl championships does the organization of the 49ers have?
How is that relevant?
I'm just answer my question.
No, but I want to know how is that relevant?
Because I'm getting to my point. That's why. How many Super Bowls does the organization have?
You know how many we are.
I don't know. I
We
put
have five
for the
just like you guys.
for the
Five
casual fans.
just
Okay.
like you guys.
All right. So you mean to tell me that we had Super Bowl 57, the Cowboys and the 49ers have 5. The Patriots have 6, the Steelers have 6. So that's most of the Super Bowls right there. So you mean to tell me that in Santa Clara that the expectation is not Super Bowl?
Okay. Don't get to that.
No.
No.
I'm not done.
No, you
No,
asked a question. Can I answer that?
Go ahead.
No, because I mean, you
Go
can't
ahead.
keep asking questions and then not letting me ask.
You trying to split. Go ahead.
No. So, from 1995 to present, you know how many Super Bowls we played in?
2.
We played in 2. You know how many NFC championship games we played in?
I have no clue, and I have no care about that.
Okay, so hold on.
We're talking about
But hold on. We played in 3. During that time, and you mentioned it earlier, right? We've had top 5 draft picks. We've had sorry teams. We've had good teams. You know, we've had whatever teams that have not gotten it done. But over the years, you can see the growth, right? You know what I mean? We had the Harbaugh years. We had, you know, now you got the Shanahan years. And over the years, our team, they grow, right? You know, they may not get it done, but you can see the direction of the franchise to where every year you like, you know what? I can see us winning, right? And you have that faith. That's what I'm saying as, yeah, every team's not going to win the Super Bowl, but at least our team gives us the hope that we're at least in it. And you can get behind that. That's completely different than you guys.
How's it different?
So how many conference finals have you guys been in from 90?
You've been in none
None,
since
right?
96.
Right?
Correct.
How many?
I don't think that really matters.
But
if you don't
hold
get to the Super Bowl. Go ahead.
on. How many playoff wins have you guys had during that span? Because I know you know the answer to that.
I think we have 3. We have 3.
Right. So
We've had some bad teams. That's why I'm trying to. Are you kidding me? We had. There was
you're just saying you didn't have bad teams.
I never said what? I never said anything like that. Literally just said we went 5-11 3 times in a row. When I said we didn't have bad, I never said that. That was never even. That was never even.
You didn't just say you know where you guys are picking in the top 5 because you had sorry teams and we were consistently good. You didn't just say that.
I never said we. No, I said we. I said we had 1 top 5 pick. That's what I said. That doesn't mean we didn't have first round picks or top 10 picks. I said top 5 picks. We had 1, and that was Zeke. So, but what I'm saying, here's what I'm saying to you. Because clearly you're trying to change the subject. The first things first is you can't say, "Oh, we had bad years," but it doesn't really mean anything. But when we have bad seasons, it means the end of the world is coming. Oh, that's why y'all can't get over the hump. No, motherfucker, it's the NFL, and it is what it is. Now, everybody's up on this. Oh, the conference. You ain't been in the conference championship. Who cares if you lose? If you haven't won, if you get the conference championship and you don't win, or you get to the Super Bowl and you don't win, What does it matter? So it's moral victory. So that's what you care about is moral victories? Because I don't. I care about winning the whole thing. If you don't win the Super Bowl, it is what it is. But for you to sit there and say that your expectations or the expectations in Santa Clara is not Super Bowl, it's a bold-faced lie. Maybe you as a fan don't think. Hold on, I'm done.
I said that. I didn't say that. Hold on. I said every team's expectation is the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but you just so you playing both sides of the fence because you literally just said that that's not the expectations for y'all. Y'all expectations. We exceed expectations every year.
Yeah, if you don't think that your team is good enough to win the championship, and you think that they're going to be sorry, or you think that their season is done because you are down to your third string quarterback, and you make it to the NFC Championship game, you have exceeded expectations. You can't put words in my mouth, bro.
I'm not.
I sat there and said that every team's expectation.
Forget last year. I'm talking about. We won't even go back to the 90s because that shit's irrelevant. We could go to last, let's say, 5 to 10 years, right? So you're telling me in the last 5 to 10 years, so 10 years ago was 2013. Y'all didn't have Super Bowl expectations?
I think at the beginning of every year, every team wants to go to the Super Bowl. Every team wants to go.
Yes. I want to be a millionaire, but I'm not. Stop saying that. Because the Bears' expectations aren't Super Bowl.
Okay. So hold on. I'll give you that, right? The expectation this year is for us to go to the Super Bowl
and win. So if y'all won and done in the playoffs, that's you didn't.
We're below expectations.
All right.
But hold on, right?
But the last 5 years, the Super Bowl expectations.
But hold on.
Because you don't trade.
Hold on. We understand as an organization, this is our window. We understand as an organization that the talent that we have at this moment in time is the closest that it's going to get. And like you said, we traded for CMC last year because we figured that, hey, we get this running back. He's available. It's going to open up everything. Found our quarterback. We have the right defense. We have the pieces. So there's no excuses, right? So the expectation for us this year is Super Bowl, win, or bust, right? We don't win that. Hey, you know what? I have no problem saying that we did not meet the expectations.
Okay.
That's a fair assessment. That's fair. What are you guys' expectations?
Super Bowl. Talking about. Okay. We have a good team. Because, hold on, hear me out. Because I've seen Super Bowl teams get their ass kicked. Whether it was the the Chiefs, the Buccaneers. Who else won it? The Rams. The Rams was getting smoked. Who else was Super Bowl? The Eagles. What are you talking about?
So how can you be mad at people critiquing the Cowboys?
I'm not.
But each week you bring this up that y'all don't get the smoke, that y'all get way more smoke than everybody else when your expectations are always Super Bowl.
Wait, we're not the only. Are the Eagles' expectations Super Bowl?
Yep.
If the Cowboys lost to the Jets, would every show be talking about we need a new coach, we need a new quarterback, we need to blow everything up? Right or wrong? Yeah. Did they do that to the Eagles? No. You just answered my question, dog.
But we said that we established that an hour ago. It's different between the Eagles and the Cowboys.
It's different between the Cowboys and everybody else.
You're leaving out one major point.
What's the major point,
Scott? The Super Bowl last year.
I forget that.
It's relevant. That's what you're missing is you keep saying that. Okay, yeah, if you didn't.
So who's a good team? Hold on. So okay, stop. I got you. Because you said it's relevant. Did Buffalo lose to the Jets?
First game, right?
Yes. Did Buffalo lose to the Jets? Did the Jets lose their starting quarterback?
Yeah.
Did Josh Allen have 4 turnovers? Yeah. Did they say blow it up, bench Josh Allen? What is wrong with Josh Allen? Blah blah blah. Did they do that? No.
Yes.
No, they didn't. They didn't.
They talked about Josh Allen all week.
They didn't talk about Josh Allen all week because they did. Trust me, they did.
They talked about Josh Allen got a lot of smoke in that first week. In that first week,
Did they say?
Did they say he didn't produce?
Did they say he's not good enough? Did they say that, or did they say he'll get it together?
I vividly remember this first week. The first week of the season, it was a Josh Allen back based off of that performance that he had.
Did they say he couldn't get it done? Did they say that he's not good enough?
It was a lot of questions. It was a lot of questions. He got a lot of smoke. The first week, now maybe he get as much smoke as Dak, probably not, but he got a lot of smoke.
Listen, when Cowboys lost to the 49ers, Dak threw 3 interceptions. And everything was Dak, but we gave up 200. I don't know how much we gave up on the ground, but it was a lot. You know, I don't know. Dak is not the reason why the Cowboys lost to the 49ers. Josh Allen is literally the reason why the Bills lost to the Jets. And hold on, because I remember when people said it was just the Jets that the Cowboys beat, right? Like they just discredited that their defense. They said the Jets weren't good. Is the Jets defense legit?
Yeah.
What did Dak do with the Jets? Did he throw a pick? No, he didn't. He didn't turn the ball over. So.
But you have your answer, and I keep telling you this, and you don't want to see it this way.
So listen to the thing. They went to the Super Bowl, so the expectations should be higher. So what you're saying doesn't make any sense. So they went. So you telling me you can lose and look like shit if you went to the Super Bowl? No, you can't.
So this is what would be different, right? If they were 1-5.
Oh my God. If
they were 1-5, teams would be like, you know what? Yeah, there may be something wrong with them. They lost their first game. Jalen Hurts didn't play that well.
He hasn't played well all year.
He hasn't played well all year, but there's a belief that he can turn it around. They're still 5-1.
Okay. All right.
And even if he doesn't turn it around,
so you're making excuses for him to do. So you're not going to hold them accountable for that Jets game.
I think every team in the NFL has lost one game this year. Is there any undefeated teams?
What does that have to do with anything?
So,
when people, no, absolutely not.
You don't lose a game.
Absolutely not. It's not about wins. Honestly, it's not even about wins or losses. I could care less about that right now. I'm talking about the way he played. He is the reason they lost the game. That's what I'm trying to say. Him going to the Super Bowl last year has nothing to do with the way he played against the Jets.
Can you pull it up? Can you pull up Jalen Hurts stats
from last
week?
He had 3 interceptions.
Yeah, 3 interceptions.
Okay, right here. Go figure. All right. So he was 28 for 45, 280 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Anything else you want to know?
Okay,
so 8 carries for 47 yards.
Okay, so that's a bad game, right? Because
it's a terrible game.
It's a bad game, right?
You throw the ball 45 times and you have 28 completions and you have that's a okay. Go ahead.
So let me ask you this, right? So he had a bad game.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Like what do you want them to say about him? Yeah. What
would they say about Dak in a game like that? What would they say about? Because I'm gonna tell you Dak's stats against the San Francisco 49ers. He was 14 for 24, 1 touchdown pass, 3 interceptions. He had 261 yards.
Okay. So this is what they would say about that. And it's the same thing they want to say about him. Right? So the expectation of Super Bowl, right?
What's a better team, the Jets or the 49ers?
The 49ers.
Okay.
Right. So the expectation of the Super Bowl, if he has a bad game, teams are going to critique him. And he hasn't shown the benefit of the doubt.
Why doesn't he get the benefit of the doubt? Why doesn't he get the benefit? Let me ask you a question because this is interesting, right?
Oh,
Jalen Hurts had one good playoff run, right? Because the year before that he was 1 and done.
Right.
The year before that he was 1 and done. We've seen Dak throw the ball. We've seen him he's literally had the number 1 offense the last 2 years, or something to that effect, right? He's been up because remember last year when he came back, You can say what you want about that. Oh, he threw 15 interceptions, but he had 25 or 27 touchdowns, right? So when he from the time he came, because remember this, just for stat purposes, when he got hurt, those 5 games, CeeDee Lamb looked like crap. He had nothing. He couldn't because Cooper, but that came back. He's an all-pro.
So let me just put this in simpler terms, and you're not going to want to hear it
because no. You can say what you want. It's a free country.
Jalen Hurts and Brock Purdy, are they better quarterbacks? It's
No.
all up for debate, right?
No,
It's all
they're
up
not.
for-
They're not.
Some would argue that
I mean, Brock Purdy is still early because he's only his
I'm not
second
going
year.
to say he's better than that. We're not going to go there, right? But there's a strong belief that Jalen Hurts is better than that.
How?
It's a
Tell me how.
strong belief.
Tell me what did he
I'm
do?
not arguing that point, but it's a lot of people out there that think that Jalen
I mean, they're
Hurts
gonna
is better than that.
they're gonna say that.
So you have 2 quarterbacks, right?
Mm-hmm.
That one's been in the league for 4 years, one been in the league for 2 years, and as far as playoff success, they've accomplished more. That's why they get the benefit of the doubt.
Who's accomplished more?
Brock Purdy has went further than Dak has ever went before. Jalen Hurts has went.
Are we doing this? He had a bye. Okay.
Whatever.
He has one playoff win. What? So
This
oh
stuff
my
may not.
gosh.
This stuff may not matter to you.
No.
I'm telling you.
Just say,
So-
he went further.
But
he
the same-
has one. He's one.
It's the
He's
same
one and
argument.
one.
It's the same argument with Josh Allen. It's the same argument with.
So it's okay to lose. Okay.
No, I'm just saying that when you have success in the playoffs,
Mm-hmm.
the expectations or that pressure, it changes. And I think if Dak, and I've told you this on countless times, if he starts being consistent in the playoffs, yeah, I mean they're gonna say things, but it changes the narrative a little bit. But when you don't have playoff success and the expectation of Super Bowl, people are going to critique you a lot harder.
I just okay. So
let me ask you this, right?
okay.
You really don't believe that if Dak Purdy was on the 49ers that he wouldn't get the same smoke?
Let's say that again.
Let's say you take our team, the 49ers.
Mhm.
You put Dak Prescott on the 49ers, and the 49ers don't win the Super Bowl. You don't think that Dak
No.
wouldn't get that smoke?
Not the way he gets it now. No.
He gets smoked, though.
How? I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo got some sort of smoke, but it wasn't like, yo, this man's. I don't personally. I don't. If anybody that says that a quarterback it's almost time to do. But you think that there's a quarterback in the league that's criticized more than Dak, then you're bugging. There's no quarterback criticized more than Dak in the NFL. Win or lose.
So let me ask you this.
It's almost time to go.
Now,
that battery buzzing.
Oh yeah. Or real quick.
Mm-hmm.
You don't think if he wins an NFC championship or goes to a Super Bowl, the expectations won't change a little bit? Or the critique?
It'll change a little bit. But they're gonna say it was the defense. I promise you, because they tried to do that on Tuesday. We'll see what happens. But all right, man, we gotta get out of here because your battery's saying it's time to go. And I don't know. The battery's like, yo, I broke a night. You don't care about that. The 49ers or the Cowboys. Shut the hell up and get the hell out of here. But not. Well, that's the battery setting. Change the battery, meaning we gotta get the hell up out of here. This is Off the Record. I'm Anthony Adebayo. We out. Change the battery back.
We off the record. Anthony Adebayo. We off the record.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
Yes.
You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. We off the record. Anthony Adebayo. We off the record. And the most accurate sports coverage. Scotty B's Fantasy 5. We off the record.
We're different from any other sport.
His sophomore year. Comes back and says, you know what?
And your boy, Scotty B.